Janelle Brown sat cross-legged on the floor of her living room, surrounded by open boxes of family photos, before the sun had risen above Flagstaff. As she combed through the pictures of graduations, campouts, and birthdays, dust particles drifted languidly in the golden early light. Now, every picture of Garrison seemed to be a holdover from a different society, one in which family, whatever its complexity, had a sacrosanct place. Peace was what she sought. Rather, she discovered a fresh bleed from a wound. An accident occurred. Instead of being transmitted to her directly, the audio file automatically synchronized with an old shared cloud folder from the first few seasons of Sister Wives. A lost connection between Kody and the family. A holdover from a time when co-parenting wasn't a conflict and cooperation was still prevalent. Tuesday Private was the file name. Brief. Harmless. She was drawn to it for some reason. Perhaps it was instinct. Garrison might have been whispering from somewhere. She pressed the play button. Hey, hello, everybody. Welcome back to my channel TLC Flicks. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up. Her lungs were robbed of air by what came next. The room was filled with the unmistakable, unfiltered sound of Kody's voice. The polished dad with practiced monologues and camera-ready vulnerability was no longer there. This Kody was mean, weary, furious, and frightfully truthful. Janelle refrained from yelling. She refrained from crying. She just sat her day as motionless as stone. Her bones began to ache from the treachery. She tried to scream, but it never came out of her throat. Glancing across the room, she saw Garrison's military shadow box resting on the shelf above the fireplace, his Air Force emblem glimmering dimly in the early morning light. To stop herself from crying, she put her hand to her mouth. She then sent Christine the file. Christine didn't call for 5 minutes. She wasn't in tears yet. Is this real? She said, her voice trembling. I didn't make any changes, Janelle answered. It's his voice. His veracity. That afternoon, the audio traveled silently and viciously over the household. Logan heard it on a lunch break in Las Vegas. He left his sandwich unfinished. He simply gazed incredulously at the television. In front of her kids, Madison sobbed. Gabe refused to answer texts and shut himself in his room. When she heard it, Isabel threw her phone across the kitchen and screamed. Never one to mince words, Paydon produced a video message and delivered it straight to Kody, saying, "You're a coward. And if you think any of us want anything to do with you after this, then you're more deluded than I thought." The tension in Robyn's home back in Flagstaff was oppressive. Dayton listened to the entire recording while sitting still on the couch. He remained silent. Halfway through, Aurora started crying and fled upstairs. While silently messaging her siblings, Brianna stood in the kitchen. Too little to comprehend, Ariella pulled at Robyn's sleeve and inquired as to why everyone was upset. Robyn was unable to respond. She felt confined, surrounded by the guy she had spent more than 10 years standing up for. She had given up a lot for Kody. Her family's tranquility, her privacy, and her image. She had made an effort to be a nice wife. The dutiful mediator. The person who supported the spiritual family. However, she was unable to justify this. That evening, she made a call to the producers. "You are canceling the shoot for tomorrow," she stated bluntly. A pause occurred. "It's just a fun picnic for the whole family, Robyn. We are able to edit." I said it's canceled. The voice made another, more desperate attempt. "We are able to spin it. Let's get ahead of it. Put out a statement. I'm done. My children are finished. We will no longer participate in this. Not while he's acting like this. Not after what he said about Garrison before they could protest further." She hung up. That night, Dayton finally said, "He was my brother." He said in a quiet voice, "He helped me fix my truck. He taught me how to throw a punch. You remember that? He didn't treat me like I was different." Robyn nodded silently, and Dayton stared at the floor saying, "I don't want him in this house again." Despite their better judgment, the picnic proceeded because the producers insisted on filming family footage to wrap up the season. Closure, they said, smiles. They were bleeding goodwill, and only a heartwarming scene could save the edit. Janelle and Christine didn't smile as they pulled up in different cars. Meri came last, avoiding close contact. The majority of the adult children boycotted. Therefore, they were largely missing. Aside from Aspen, She arrived wearing boots, sunglasses, and black pants. No cosmetics. Not much fanfare. In disguise, her energy was a hurricane. Kody was already there, trying to save his face by talking to the crew while being really excited. In front of the cameras, he gave Solomon a hug, praised Ariela's attire. Each gesture was deliberate. All smiles are hollow. Aspen clenched her jaw and watched him from a distance. Subsequently, she abruptly strode over the grass and entered the middle of the filming circle. Everyone halted. The cameras continued to record. She made it apparent that you could no longer pretend. With the cameras here, you don't get to play the father. Kody's face lost its color. Please, Aspen, Garrison was described as a liability by you. You claimed that it was best for us without him. A hush fell across the park. And there's more. Following the dramatic sale of the Brown family's Coyote Pass land, which reportedly placed $375,000 in her pocket, Sister Wives actress Meri Brown is a vision in pink. Given that windfall, it's no surprise that she's been acting like a glass of sparkling rose lately. Meri used to appear so depressed, as if her loveless spiritual connection with Kody Brown were smothering the light within her. Seeing her manage that relationship was difficult. No woman should have to endure that. Meri had the strength to turn her life around, and now she's a true glamour girl who dazzles her Instagram fans with her stylish look, trim body, and radiant complexion. Meri is demonstrating to the world the true value of bravery. A person can really soar when they leave a problematic relationship. A champagne supernova was the subject of Oasis vocalist Liam Gallagher's song. Meri's theme is obviously rose all day, and I don't mean that she's drinking. Rather, she's simply sporting a rosy color scheme that perfectly complements her medium skin tone and gorgeous blue eyes. In the photo above, Meri is wearing a pale pink shirt with a delicate cheetah design, and she couldn't look more beautiful. She looks incredibly content, and her matte lipstick suits her top. Meri, who is always quite modest, seemed to be feeling herself here. Personally, I think it's wonderful to see her recognize the beauty that is visible to everyone. Being the proprietor of Worthy Up, a community-based online forum where followers submit their own advice and anecdotes and Meri discusses techniques for boosting self-esteem, she is all about empowerment. She is this company's best advertisement. Meri's appearance has never been better. She exudes the confidence that comes with enduring a lot and then enjoying the peace after the storm. Character-building exercises and endurance tests shouldn't be part of every day. There should be happy, life-affirming days. Meri is choosing happiness because she is aware of this. At the Global Beauty Awards, Meri stole the show in a black outfit that demonstrates the progress she has made in losing weight. After they broke up with Kody, all of his ex-partners underwent makeovers. It seems as though all the tension simply oozed out of them, preparing them for a significant transformation. In addition to the fact that she has shed over 30 pounds, the form-fitting cocktail dress fits her perfectly and accentuates the smooth curves she has worked so hard to achieve. Difficult to obtain. Has Meri ever had such a stunning appearance? Perhaps not. It's incredible how she's improving with age and truly enjoying her skin tone. She appears to have more vitality and contentment at 54 than she did when she was with Kody for decades. It simply proves that age is merely a number in certain situations. I mean, what matters is a person's feelings. It's evident that Meri is pleased of herself. This is healthy self-esteem, not arrogance. She looks great in it, and it's hard to win. By redividing Coyote Pass, Kody may have shown Meri a lot of compassion. She was able to receive a lot more money than she would have previously since he gave her a larger part. At first, 97% of Coyote Pass was owned by Kody. He then had an epiphany and decided to make a shift, possibly because it was more equitable to give the ex-partners who contributed to the family's growth larger shares. Even if he received twice as much as they did, Meri's $375,000 share is still a pittance. Perhaps Kody was attempting to act like a gentleman when he did this. He is aware of his harm to these women. Meri seemed to care the least about him and was frequently at the bottom of the hierarchy. He seemed to take more pleasure in hurting her than he ought to at times. He just issued a nice apology for claiming that he never loved his non-Robyn marriages. Kody may have done so out of altruism, but it's also plausible that he changed Coyote Pass's ownership before it was sold because the ex-partners, except from Christine Brown, thought about getting a lawyer. I'm hoping he did. I adore it when guys treat women with dignity. When men aren't rude and self-centered, I think it's fantastic. They are role models, in my opinion, when they rise above such things. Kody's decision to modify his attitude about Coyote Pass and assist the women who had supported him for decades inspired me. To be honest, it made me feel differently about him. I acknowledge and encourage his love for Robyn. He can't help but love her and shouldn't have to answer for emotions he can't control. They ought to be together. Everything seems to be coming together. Kody doesn't have to make an effort to be emotionally present for other marriages because he is with the lady he loves. His body, mind, and spirit will all benefit greatly from this. The other women can explore life in the interim, discovering and pursuing their own hobbies. They are free to be whoever they wish. Meri Brown from Sister Wives is a stunning woman, and happiness is the true secret to beauty. She didn't give up easily. Her smile is a triumph after decades of suffering. She is aware that she is worth battling for. Even when it isn't true, a negative relationship might make someone feel inadequate. The secret to being able to dream, achieve goals, and sleep peacefully is to leave tense romantic relationships. For unclear reasons, Sister Wives star Janelle Brown lately spent more time in Flagstaff, Arizona. When the Browns were still living in a plural marriage, Janelle notably lived in Flagstaff with the whole family. All 4 of Kody Brown's wives left Flagstaff after 3 of them made the decision to leave the family, including Janelle, who relocated to North Carolina to start Tata Farms with her daughter Madison Brush. After the Coyote Pass loan was eventually paid off, the Sister Wives Season 19 actress recently experienced a setback when she had trouble obtaining a driver's license. Janelle disclosed 2 images on her Instagram profile that showcase a few encounters she had with her squad. In one, Janelle was sat next to 2 pals, Angela Moody and Christina Henson. In another, she was seen around April Rains, the birthday girl, with a couple of her girlfriends. Janelle claimed she didn't have any time for them since she was too busy working, raising children, and attending school. According to Janelle, she describes friendships as amazing pieces of her life. When Janelle was in Flagstaff, she had to get together with her friends to take care of some things. Janelle hasn't been honest about her reasons for visiting Flagstaff earlier this month or this past week. It is reasonable to anticipate that Janelle may need to settle some issues with her former partner, Kody. Robyn Brown and Kody Brown continue to reside in Flagstaff, and some of the older kids may reside nearby as well. In North Carolina, Janelle has moved on and begun a new life. But Janelle might have been in town for anything connected to the recent sale of the Browns' Flagstaff, Coyote Pass property. It's possible that Janelle is in town to visit some of the older kids or to conduct business involving the sale of Coyote Pass or other assets owned by the Brown family. She made it apparent that she wasn't traveling to see her girlfriends, yet she was still able to find time for them. Janelle needs to lean into the parts of her life that are distinct from being a wife and mother, and she needs to have a support network outside of the Brown family. It sounds like she needs to spend time with her squad. Due to the fact that she has lived her life in public, initially on Sister Wives and subsequently on social media, Janelle typically shares everything about her life, both the positive and the negative. She's returning to Flagstaff in a somewhat cryptic manner, but there must be a reason for it. For some reason, watching Janelle enjoy herself and spend some quality girl time with her friends is endearing. Robyn Brown of Sister Wives mentioned that Meri, Janelle, and Christine Brown utilized a scorecard during their multiple marriages to Kody Brown, and it leads me to believe that Robyn is still unable to accept responsibility for the harm she caused them. Before meeting, courting, and marrying Robyn in 2010, Kody lived in what they believed to be blissful polygamy with Meri, Janelle, and Christine, whom he married in the early 1990s. I witnessed Robyn's arrival into the family as Kody's 4th wife, upset the equilibrium in the years to come. The Brown family dynamic, Robyn's detrimental impact on Kody, and her sister wives' trust, in my opinion, were the main causes of the family's dissolution. Christine left Kody in 2020, and the next year, Janelle left as well. Meri, who lasted the longest and had what I believe to be the sole true friendship with Robyn, finally left in early 2023. Following the OG3's departure from Kody, there have been numerous claims over who caused the split of the plural family, and while I believe Robyn had the most influence on the OG3's choice to leave, she refuses to accept responsibility. At first, I thought Robyn's joining the Brown family might be beneficial, but I soon understood that it was completely problematic. At first, Robyn expressed her excitement about having sister wives and a community to raise her kids in from her initial marriage, but it soon became clear that her true desire was Kody. Robyn lived with the family for the next 10 years, produced biological children with Kody, and strengthened their relationship. I felt that she naturally drew Kody away from his previous spouses. I wasn't shocked when the spouses began leaving the family one by one. The catalyst that drove the OG3 away was the COVID-19 epidemic. In my opinion, Kody chose Robyn because he unjustly spent most of his time with her and her children. I thought Robyn had him in her clutches and neither of them wanted to part ways so he could be with the other women and keep those connections going. Kody gave reasons for the pandemic separation from his other spouses, such as the belief that some of his other children were not adhering to COVID protocol. Kody and Robyn were left in monogamy as he only had Robyn, whom he had divorced Meri for. I think Robyn doesn't truly grasp her role in all the negative results and emotions since I've seen her cry and keep talking about how she doesn't understand how things got so terrible and why the family couldn't make things work. In the first scene of Sister Wives Season 19's second installment that just aired, the ladies shared their opinions in one-on-one interviews about why their relationships as sister ladies didn't work out and how the family fell apart as a result. Robyn's thoughts on the subject were rather telling to me. She said that the other spouses used a scoreboard when it came to their time with Kody. Robyn believed that Christine, Janelle, and Meri monitored Kody's time and focus. Let us know in your comments. And stay tuned by subscribing our channel to get more updates like this. Thanks everyone.